Hello, sword friends. Many people have asked me, can you show us the difference between a $200 sword and a $2,000 sword? Is it really worth 10 times the price? Yes, I'll show you. There are definitely differences in the blade quality, the furniture, the make, the model, all kinds of different things. The time spent on each part. As one of my students says, this is Rings of Power sword. This is the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings sword. Not a bad analogy. Let's go over the differences. This is a sword that's worth about $150, $200. And I'm not going to say the name of the company, but you get what you pay for. Low-end furniture. Blade is okay. There are some good features to this sword, but this is the type of sword you'll probably find at a flea market or a budget online wholesaler. This is called the Shishi sword, or the Lion Dog Katana from Bugei, and this is a Rolls Royce of katana. Furniture, 100 times better. Sword quality, better. Sharper. Heavier. Craftsmanship is better. Balance is better. Powdered steel is better. This sword retails for about $2,200, and you can't find them anymore. These are off the market, for the time being, perhaps permanently. Those who comment it doesn't make a difference, and I do get a couple of those, often don't know what they're talking about. They don't have any subscribers on their channel. They probably don't own any swords, probably don't own any schools, probably don't train in the martial arts. They're just giving you your opinion, and of course we know opinions are as common as elbows. But any sword collector or person who's been around for 30, 40 years knows there's a huge difference in what you pay for your weaponry. Think of a basic shotgun and then think of a Benelli. They're vastly different in the way that they are made. Katanas are no different. All right, let's compare both of these swords here. This is the $200 and the $2,000 roughly sword. You have the handle here, the ska. This handle is fake. As you can see, this is plastic, the samegawa. They're just panels that are glued onto some wood. These are not real ray skin or shark skin. The Menuki is just kind of a blob of alloy here. I can't tell what it is. It could be a dragon, probably is, but I have a hard time identifying any detail in that. The butt cap here is kind of a aluminum or an alloy dragon, and as you can see, the wrapping is loose, and the wrapping is already starting to come off of this handle from just a couple of cuts with it. The theme continues here, but as you can see, the molds of these are either really well used or not very good as far as detail. I can't really make out what any of that is, and this is just a kind of cheap alloy guard here that is not good quality. What I do like is the habaki on here. I think that this is a cool design. That could be dragon there. The blade itself is okay. It's sharp, so it'll do its job without a doubt. This one's got a bohea fuller on it, and the blade itself is, again, very sharp. Nothing to write home about. No hamon line is really visible there. It's got a nice high polish on it, so I would say that the blade is the best part of this particular katana. The saya, I actually don't dislike. It's got a dragon on here. I don't know if that's carved or just painted on. And it's got the typical black lacquer on here. And the sageo wrap is average. Now, if this was in your budget, $200 is all you can afford, perfectly fine. Go ahead and get one of these and display it with some pride in your home. It would defend you. It is sharp. It'll get the job done, as all swords should. These are called shishi, or komainu in Japanese, and these are guardians. So this sword is themed in these shishi dogs, and you're paying for the furniture, the quality of the blade, the furniture, the craftsmanship, the expense and the koshirai and the furniture. The Fudog theme is throughout this sword. The golden Menuki here, this decoration, one on each side, as you can see, is a peony blossom, and this is a symbol of bravery and honor. And these are very highly crafted Menuki. I can see every detail. They're probably made of copper or brass. And the peony theme is also carried on into the kozuka knife here, which is carved into the scabbard. And there's also one here on the butt cap. This is a longer ska. It's 13 inches and it has real Samegawa ray skin underneath here, and it's fully wrapped in the ray skin. They're not just panels, and they're also dipped in this black lacquer here to bring out the nodules, which you can see are much larger. I've seen in one of my friend James Williams' videos that this handle is made of deer skin, or like a brown suede deer skin here. Very, very good quality. That is never going to slip out of your hand. The wrapping in Bugei is extremely good. It's tight. It does not move at all, unlike this wrapping that moves very easily and is going to disform. This one stays solid throughout, and it is very good on your hands. The transition from the fuchi and the kashira into the wrapping is seamless, so your hands are never going to chafe on this blade. This one here, it digs, it sticks out, it's just poorly made. This sword, you're paying for the furniture and the quality. The high quality Tsuba guard has these shishi lion dogs, one here and one here. And you have this black kind of fish egg stippling all throughout the guard. This is a very, very good quality Tsuba guard. And I love the gold rim and the black on the inside. The blade on this is a Swedish powdered steel. It's a 28.5-inch blade, all hand forged, differential tempered. The hamon is very pronounced here. The sori, the curve of this blade, is much more pronounced than that one. That's a straighter blade. This is much more curved for cutting. There's a very detailed rain pattern on the habaki here. As you can see, I'll put some photos that are a little bit closer and better to see. And the nakako design on the fuchi, tsuba, and koshira. This blade is much lighter. It feels fragile and very top heavy. The balance point is out here. This blade is much heavier, beefier. I can feel the tang goes all the way down. I haven't taken this apart, but I'm guessing it does have a Mei signature on it. The balance point is right about here on this blade. This one is designed for big, big, heavy cutting targets. This one can cut, and I have cut with it, but I don't trust this not to snap right about here in the handle, because I don't think that the tang goes all the way to the end. I think the tang stops right about here. Therefore, the handle on this feels kind of wobbly and wonky. This handle is tight to spec, and I feel like that's not going to fall apart if I hit it against something. This has a kozuku knife, which is functional with a sharp steel blade, and as you can see, it has this blossom here which matches the rest of the features of the sword. Everything on this matches, and you're paying for that. You very rarely see a kozuku knife in a saya on a modern day sword because they're very hard to make. You have to carve all that out, you have to create this little knife, and it all has to fit so that the knife can slide through the hole in the tsuba guard. A lot of extra craftsmanship here. The saya is a dark chocolate brown in a high gloss finish here. The sageo is nothing to write home about, it's just your typical silk, black. And there's another shishi lion dog to match the theme at the end of the scabbard, which is really well made. Now I'll take you with a closer look as I scan down the two swords here. Can you notice the difference in quality and craftsmanship throughout? Can you see the difference in the two blades as we scan down and the quality of the steel and the process of the smithing? Getting to the habaki and the tsuba guard, you can just see one is the Rolls Royce of swords and the other is kind of not. Just like everything in life, you get what you pay for. You can pay $200 for a budget sword or $2,000 for a really nice sword. You're going to feel more confident holding it. You're going to feel better at the blade quality, that it's not going to break when you hit something with it. But of course, a $2,200 sword is way out of the budget of most people. I understand that. As a sword collector, I have a whole range of swords. As you can see, these are budget swords. Those are sharper. These are iaito. Those are shinken. These swords range from $400 to $2,000, and those swords range from $100 to about $300. So if you had a choice, which one would you pick if you had an unlimited budget? Would you go for the sword on the top or the sword on the bottom? So there we have a quick comparison between the Shishi Lion Dog Katana and a $200 budget katana. There are other quality specs that I really didn't get into the detail of, but you get the idea in seeing the differences. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. We'll do more sword comparison videos in the near future. If you like these types of videos, make sure you comment and subscribe to our channel. Have a great day. Bye-bye.